Blind Beauty.
Hello everyone and welcome to Blind Beauty. I'm Jennifer. What I thought I would do today is I'm going to show you this makeup look right here. And this is a quick look that, well, somewhat quick look. I mean, I took a little while to do it, but that's because I am kind of explaining as I go. Some people may like that, some people may not. For me, it makes it more accessible whenever it is explained what is happening. So that is why I try to explain what steps I'm taking, what I'm using, how I'm using it, and all that. That is why I do that, to make it more accessible to those who cannot see. So that's this makeup look right here. So I do hope that you enjoy it, and stick around if you want to see how I got the look. Here we go. Let's get started. First off, I'm going to grab a ponytail holder and put my hair up. Now, for those that have long hair that tends to get in the way a lot or whatever, I would always recommend putting your hair up. Now, people that don't have long hair, or you can control your hair just by pushing it behind your ear or whatever, you might not have to do that, but I do. Now, this is meant mainly for like anyone going to work. You might want something long wear for school, whatever the case may be. This is pretty versatile. But first I'm going to take the Nyx First Base primer spray, and I'm going to spritz that on my face. It didn't want to come out very well, so, you know, took a few extra pumps there. Then I'm going to take the e.l.f. Blemish Control Primer, and I'm going to put that on. I just put one pump in my hand, and then I'm going to work it on my face, and that just gives an extra layer of primer. Now then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation. I'm in the shade 220, at least during the summertime I am. And I'm going to be using my e.l.f. powder brush, which, you know, it's a flat top brush. You can use any flat top, densely packed brush you want to. But yeah, I'm going to dot this on, and then I'll be using the complexion brush and buffing it all over, all the way down to my neck, because if you can tell, I'm a little darker right now than I typically am. So that's why this foundation works for me right now. So, do that. And you always want to shake up liquid foundations. Sometimes I'll do it before I start the video, but then just dot it on. To, like I said, take the complexion brush and just buff it in, buff it in, buff it in. My mirror is causing issues. Okay, now then I'm going to take one more layer just because I like a heavier coverage. Now if you don't want a heavier coverage, you don't have to do another layer. I just choose to because that's me. I like pumps better than I like the squeezy tube like this is, but you go with what you got. And I'm just going to take it and rub it between my fingers and then just dot it all over. And I'm going to flip my mirror back around where I can see better again. And I'm going to continue buffing in with that buffing brush. Well, the elf brush rather, not buffing brush, but the powder brush. And there might be a glare on me or whatever, and I apologize. I'm going to take the e.l.f. HD concealer and I'm going to go under the eyes in a small triangular shape, and I'll be using my finger mostly to blend that in. I'm not doing heavy coverage, like I'm not getting these spots down here, I'm not concealing everything, I'm basically just doing it on the under eye a little bit. Now I'm just taking my finger and going to blend that out. That's blended. Now let's take my absolute favorite powder that if you've been with my channel for very long, you've seen me use this quite a bit. It is the Coty Airspun powder. Now if you have oily skin, I highly recommend this powder because it really does lock stuff in and it don't let it move. At least not for a while. It will eventually move, but not for a while. But it's very finely milled powder. Not as fine as like the LA Girl HD powder. And I'm taking the Moda multi-purpose, multitasking, something like that brush. It's a fluffy, purpley brush. And I'm just going to set on my entire face. Now then, what I'm basically doing now is just making sure, as I buff everything around and move my brush around, you can tell whenever you're moving your brush whether everything seems uniform or whether it's kind of trying to skip on you. If it's trying to skip, that means that there's not as much powder in a certain area. So that's why I like to do that, just to make sure it is well blended and I'm not like shining in one spot and not shining in another. So what I'm going to use is the Essence I Love Stage Eye Primer, and I'm going to prime my eyelids. You can tell this is like, it has some coloring to it, not a whole lot. I mean, I've seen like white lid primers that really show up big time, but let me just blend that in. And I use my ring finger because it's less harsh. Your ring finger, I don't know if you knew this, is the most gentle. It is the weakest finger out of all your fingers. Some people may think, oh, that must be your pinky. No, it's your ring finger. So I'm just blending that in. Didn't put as much on my right lid, so I'm going to put a little bit more on there. that's where using your finger instead of a brush, you can tell, oh, is it even? Does it feel tacky all over, you know, in the same areas, or what? And I'm going to take this on up to the brow bone. I'm going to do that on the other side too. Not real heavy, but just a little bit. Alright. Feels pretty uniform to me. There we go. We're doing good. Done good, God. Done good. Done good. And then I'm going to be working with the Wet n Wild Not a Basic Peach palette. Looks like this right here. To the side. And I'm going to take the shade right here first. It is the second one down on the left hand side whenever you're actually looking at the palette. I'm going to use a brush that I got in a Real Techniques set a long time ago. I'm just going to take that and put it all over the lid, from the lid on up to the brow bone. This will act as our highlight too, because we'll be using the same color for highlight. So, oh hey, might as well get a little base down. All about the base, about the base, about the base. And if you haven't seen my previous video, I have changed locations, so, you know, I'm not in the same exact location as I have been. And I'm in a different room altogether. This is my bedroom now. So, I've got different things set up back here, and there'll be changing things throughout time. I've got a printer right there. That's not going to be staying there, but it's there for now. And then I'm going to take, I think, this very top shade, which is like a crease color, and I'm going to use this, let's see here. We're going to switch brushes actually to do this. I'm going to go with this brush here. It's one of the Moda dual-ended brushes. And we're going to go into that very top shade. And I'm going to put that right in the crease. And kind of blow it out just a little bit. It's not a real dark shade, but it helps define the crease a little bit. Gotta have a definition. Alright, so I'm just kind of building that up, and then we're going to take that bottom shade as well and go in and build up as well. It's a little warmer. This is a more, what I consider a more cool tone shade. Then I'm going to pinch it whenever I do the bottom shade, but first I'm going to get some color on there, pinch it together, and then we're going to focus it right in that crease. Go about halfway in. And I'm going to take the pinch off and just kind of work it in there, because you wanted the most color be right in that crease. At least I did. No, not everybody does, but I did. So, and then I'm going to put some on the outer corner as well. And I'm going to take this same color here in a little bit and smudge it on the bottom lash line too. So, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Pinch it, like so. And like I said, I go about halfway in. A little bit more than halfway, maybe 2/3. And kind of just blow that out too. Just making sure I look even. I'm looking down into a mirror here in front of me. I got mirrors all around me. One to my right, one in front, and another one in front. So, and no, you know, well, mainly the reason I've got mirrors is because it's easier for me to see whenever I'm up close, like in the one to the right. I can really see myself if I'm right in front of it. Alright. Now then I'm going to take this goldy color right here. It's on the bottom, or on the, pardon, the top one. Whenever there's two there, it will be the one on the top right hand side, right there. And I'm going to go into this other brush right here. It's a more flat brush by Moda. I'm going to use that and put that on the lid. I don't want something too crazy. I want this to be appropriate for people to be able to wear to school, work, whatever the case may be. Alright. Now then, you know, I'm going to take that same brush that I was using before, and I'm going to go into this real dark brown color down here, and we're going to put that on the outer V. Just tap into it a little bit, tap off the excess, and then kind of stamp it right there in that outer V. And I mean right along the borders. Don't take it all over the outer V, just right along the border. Right along the lash line, and right in that crease. And with this small of a tip, you can easily get it right where you want it, not where it wants to go. There we go. Sometimes I'll admit I forget to tap off the brush. Alright, now we're going to take that bottom shade that we had used to help define the crease a little bit, and we're going to mix that with that brown shade that we just used. Tap it in both. Basically just go back and forth, back and forth. Tap, 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 tap. And we're going to, that's what we're going to smudge on the bottom lash line here. We're not going crazy, just about halfway in. Alright. Now then, let's go back to the very first shade we used to put a base down. And we're really going to build that up on the brow bone. Right there under the brow. And it also helps to kind of blend out those edges at the very top. And I'm going to take some on my pinky. That's what shade it is. And I'm going to put that right in the inner corner. Then I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Mega Liner right here. And I'm going to line my lashes. Line my lash line rather, not my lashes, but my lash line. And I'm just kind of cleaning up that inner corner highlight a little bit so that it's not as in your face all over my inner, corner. Now I'm going to focus this more on the outer edges, and then I try to go thinner and thinner as I get in closer. So that's what I'm going to be doing. my liner is not perfect, but I don't know anyone that actually is completely perfect. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that brush that I was using before to do the smudging on the bottom. I'm going to go into that dark brown that we used. And I'm going to use that and kind of set this liquid liner. Now then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eyelash curler and curl them lashes. Curl them up, curl them up, curl them up. Alright, let's curl them. Got my lashes curled. Now I'm taking the CoverGirl Peacock Flare mascara. This is not one I like, but I'm trying to use it up, so might as well do it. I'm just going to coat the lashes. Use whatever your favorite mascara is, whatever mascara you have right now, and pile that stuff on. Pile it on. Pile it on. I'm just going real lightly on the bottom lashes as well. If y'all have tips for doing the bottom lashes, I'd be happy to know. I basically just take it and go back and forth because I can't see my bottom lashes, so I basically am just getting the tips of them. So, alright. I'm still getting used to getting makeup on in here, so please bear with me. Alright, now then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, I believe this is called their bronzing or contouring brush by Real Techniques. This is a classic. This is the gold and black type thing, and I'm using the e.l.f. bronzer in light matte, I believe is what it's called. I'm just swirling in, then going to do a light contour. It really doesn't show up on me right now because I am darker. So, I mean, you can tell there's not a huge amount of definition there. But hey, it's a little bit. Then we're going to go up on the temples, just a little bit. The hairline, just kind of blend it in with the hair. And I'll take some down the jawline. I'm going to take some down the sides of my neck too, just for the heck of it today. And right there between the neckline and the chest line. Just kind of blend whatever makeup I've done, you know, basically. Alright, now then I'm going to take my Milani Luminoso blush. That's what it looks like, right there. And I'm using my Wet n Wild brush. Now, there's no name on this, so I can't tell you for sure which one it is. But you can find these usually at the Dollar Tree. Swirl it in there, smile on the cheeks, and sweep it back. On the cheek, and sweep it back. And yes, I pile this stuff on lately. You can tell this does give a little bit of glow. Got it glow, got it glow, got it glow, girls. And the eye look is fairly neutral. It's not too warm, not too cool, not too over the top, not too smoky, you know. So you could go with any lip you want to as well with this, so that's what we'll be doing here in a moment. Now I'm going to take the e.l.f. highlighter, and this is in White Pearl. This is one of their $2 highlights. And I'm going to use the, what is this brush? The highlighting brush. Hey, why not apply highlight with a highlight brush, right? Alright, put that right on the top of the cheeks. It's not a, you know, the highlight isn't too crazy, but it's not too meh either. Go down the nose with it. Right there between the brows. Alright, there we go. Now then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Wet n Wild brow pencil. I haven't used this before, but we're going to give it a shot here. And I'm going to fill in my brows a little bit. Fill them in a little bit. I got some manly brows right now, with as dark as they look. But hey, I actually like dark brows, so. And I'm just taking the spoolie in and brush them out. Brush them out, brush them out. Oh, let's brush them out. Brush them out. Alright. Now then, just because I want to, I'm taking the Rimmel ScandalEyes liner. Now I normally don't do this, but just because it is so dark under my eyes, I'm putting this nude liner in my waterline. There we go. That's a little bit better. Makes my eyes look a little bit wider. Alright, now then let's take my setting spray, or no, yeah, my setting spray, and I'm going to take the e.l.f. setting spray and mist all over the face. Now if you don't have oily skin or whatever, you don't absolutely have to do this. Let's pick a lippy, shall we? A lippy. I'm just going to go with one that's right here. Why don't we go with the Rimmel Show Off Lip Lacquer. Now this is in Meteoric Matte, something like that. I can't really tell what the thing is. It looks like this right here. It's almost a fuchsia type color. Let me show you what it looks like on my hand here. That's what it looks like on my hand. And that's what I'm going to put on my lips. Just for the heck of it. Like I said, you can go with whatever kind of lipstick you want. You can go nude, you can go red, you can go whatever color. You don't have to do a bold lip, but I like these because they do stay put longer. There we go. That is the finished look. I do hope that you enjoyed this look, and if you did, I do hope you give me a big thumbs up to let me know that you do want to see more looks like this. I do have several other quicker looks that you can check out in my makeup tutorials playlist, because I do have a lot of quick go-to looks. I have a lot of more natural looks, stuff that still doesn't take a whole lot of time. So you can check out my playlists if you would like. I also, do have a Facebook page for Blind Beauty, Twitter page, Snapchat, Instagram, all that jazz. So I do hope you follow me on all those, as well as join my Facebook beauty group called Blind Beauty Support. I'll leave all those links down below for you to come and join me, and let's get to know each other, because I'd love to get to know some of y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.